Hi guys, it is Luna Primrose Shears, and I'm just popping on here to talk about the video that I released last night. It's a Reiki ASMR reconnection with Sacred Self, with Source, your angels, and your team. And I thought it'd be really super important because I think that there's a lot of people who need to hear this. It's story time. I heard this when I was really little. I think it was from my great grandmother, probably, who was a super religious, devoted Catholic, and was really into the feminine energy of the Great Mother. And I heard this story and I felt it was, spirituality needs to be practical. And if you can make it really super easy and really super simple when you're first starting out, you don't run into these constructs or these things that can prevent you from receiving your messages or receiving what you need in that moment. So I heard this parable, and it was about a man who was on the river fishing, and he was a devoted Christian and prayed to God and went to church and did all this stuff. And he fell out of his boat, but he was drowning in the river. And he calls out to God and he says, God, save me, please. I'm devoted to you. I have done everything you've asked of me. Save me, save me. And a boat full of other fishermen come by and they say to him, oh, come, we'll help you. Like, and he's like, no, God is going to save me. God is going to save me. Don't worry about it. So they continue on. And the next time he calls out for his angels. Angels, come save me, come save me. I'm drowning. Save me, save me. And another boat goes by, some more people, and they're offering to help him. He says, no. I've asked God, I've asked the angels, they're going to save me. It's okay. And so he's calling out to them, my team, like, God, angels, somebody, please help me. Panicking. He's freaking out. And another boat comes by and they're like, please let us help you. We'll help you. Here, come in the boat. Come to the boat. And he's like, no. I asked God, I've asked the angels, I've asked my spiritual team. They're going to come save me. And what happens? The man drowns and he dies. And he's standing there in the beautiful white light of heaven. He's standing at the gates and he's looking, at God, the great energy, his angels, everybody. And he's like, why? Why didn't you save me? And God says to him, I sent you 3 boats. I sent you 3 boats. Now, why do I tell that story? I tell that story so that when you are reconnecting with yourself, you are reconnecting with your team, you are reconnecting with Source. I wanted to get out of your mind this construct of some big being with big white fluffy wings. I wanted you to get in the mind of you're gonna, see spirits walking around and you're gonna feel these, what white light and everything. Because sometimes that isn't always the case. You have to work. You have to get up every morning and have a practice and start a dialogue to get to that kind of place. And even then, it's not what you think. I tell that story to understand that most of the time, our angels, our Source, our guides, they send other humans because you are in the 3rd dimension and you are having a human experience. So don't be so quick when you encounter other human beings. Have an open mind of, why is this human in front of me? And a perfect example of that is today I had a cancellation in the salon. But when your salon is run by the divine, whatever plan you think you have, it's not, because my salon is run and owned by the divine. So he tells me when I'm working. My angels tell me when I'm working. And it's not really working, because when you love what you do, it's not work. It's just doing what you're doing. And I had a cancellation today. And it just so happened when I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I had messages, and there I had done her best friend, and she was like, I'm from Kitimat, and I just, my hair is a disaster, can I please come in and see you? And I was like, well, I'd had plans to hang out with my girlfriend to just kind of reconnect with myself and recharge, and but I ended up booking her in this morning, and she's on her way here now, so I only had a couple minutes. But what that means to me is that whatever I am going through in my life, because just because I'm a master doesn't mean that don't need to keep mastering, because if you don't keep growing, then you're dead. So, and if you're dead, then you've learned everything that you can learn. So clearly I don't know everything, and I need to still learn, I need to still grow, and I still need to evolve. So every time that something like this happens, where I have a cancellation and all of a sudden somebody comes in, I really pay attention to what we talk about in the salon. And that's why I do it from home, because you can't have these extrasexual, beautiful conversations about life and relationships and spirituality and your journey if you're with a whole bunch of people. So I happen to know that because God will send you humans. So whatever I am going through in my life, either this person is going to help me change a perspective, shift the energy, or I'm going to help that person. And anytime that you help somebody, you are really helping yourself, because the people that are surrounding you is just a reflection of where you are in that moment, what you need to release, and what you need to share, so that you get to keep it. Because the more that you share, the more that you keep that wisdom. But if you just keep it to yourself, well, then you don't learn nothing. And then you got to come back and do it all again. And who wants to come back and do it all again? So I really kind of hope this helps you with the whole reconnection thing. I'm going to be also popping on here and letting you know of some actual physical reactions that can happen when you are in a moment where the divine has sent somebody to you, because I really want you to get this across. If you are praying for something, God doesn't give it to you. He gives you the opportunity to obtain it. So if you are praying for money, he will put into place an opportunity for you to make money, or to create something, or an idea that is going to make you money. If you are wanting some beautiful relationship, or make you and your boo grow better, he's going to give you the opportunity to release some bullshit so that you can be better in your relationship. Not anybody else, but you. Because this whole life is about you. Now, we would love to say this about other people because it's so easy. I'd love to just be like, no, he did this or she did that. But the problem is that it's all about you. Now, please like and subscribe my channel if you like the content. I do it because when I started out on this journey like 10 years ago, we didn't have Facebook. You had to go into a library and read a book, and there was nobody, and you didn't understand what, I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. So I feel like coming on here and just kind of telling you some of these stories and some of the experiences that I have, or the physical things that I have experienced, might help you have more of a authentic and real relationship with your team, with your source, because it's always different for each person, right? And the biggest sign when you know that you are talking to the divine and you are talking to something else is that the divine and the light will always give you a peace of mind. You will never be confused. You will never feel like icky. It will be a feeling of like, oh my God, I get it now, right? And there's just no judgment about it. It's just simply is. And a feeling of peace or understanding, or this, or you'll have moments of like, oh my God, I'm freaking out because I totally fucking get it now. Those kinds of things. Oh, and I just heard my client come in, so I can't wait to see what we're going to talk about. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Blessed be, darlings.